Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's poppin'? It's your boy, greatest man alive. Welcome to Coffee and Donuts for Grown Ups. It's your boy, yours truly, the one, the one and only, Crush the Legend, the greatest man alive. Shout out to everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday morning. I haven't done a Coffee and Donuts all week. It's been a busy week for your boy, but I figure I get one off with you guys. I'm waiting for you guys to come on in. And once y'all get the notification, we'll be building, man. But until then, hopefully everybody's having a good start today, Friday. If they up and out and about, already at work or getting ready for work or getting ready to come home for work. Oh, man, I'm slurring already, y'all. But, man, as y'all see the title when you come in, the truth is the truth. And basically, that's just what it is. It's a lot to talk about, but really not a lot to talk about when it comes to this whole situation with Errol Spence. A lot of people have been feeling some sort of way since his first loss and only loss to the one and only Terrence Crawford, who is being called in a lot of people's eyes pound for pound boxer of the year. I have no argument with that, but we know a lot of fans, a lot of boxing fans, did not want to see the rematch. We know this, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen, people. No matter if you like it or not. I mean, it's a part of boxing. Don't we see a lot of things? Don't a lot of things happen in boxing that we don't like? And then there's things in boxing we would like to see happen, and it doesn't happen. Well, this is one of those situations. So, hey, and put it in your cup of tea, coffee, and just sip the reality. But the truth is the truth, people. And Errol Spence has came out and spoken and about his latest conditions and what's been going on with him. Nonetheless, and this is not to discredit Terrence Crawford. People saying it's excuses that Errol took too long to come out with the excuses, and for the Bud Crawford fans, they feel as though that Errol Spence fans and other boxing fans that are not fans of Crawford is trying to discredit Crawford because of the fact the upset that Crawford beat the brakes off of Errol Spence. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming, people. A lot of them didn't see it coming. A lot of Crawford fans were highly confident, but they ain't know it's gonna be that easy. Nobody knew it was gonna be that easy. No matter how confident you was in your favorite fighter, Whip and Tell, you didn't think it was gonna be like that. We all thought that it would be a competitive fight. But he comes out and said, he had to get surgery on his cataracts. And that's why he was getting caught with punches more often. He didn't say the reason. That was part of the reason why he got his ass beat by Terrence Crawford. The truth is the truth. Whenever you heard any fighter in this generation come out and say, yeah, man, I got my ass beat. I got knocked the fuck out. Normally when guys get trashed and they get beat in a fashion that they don't want to get beaten, or people are surprised that they got beat in that fashion, man, they use a selective choice of words that don't even say nothing about it. But this is Errol Spence, the guy who considers himself the truth. And a lot of us would say he is the truth. He say what he is. He's 10 toes down on everything that he said. One of the very few in this soft-ass generation of fighters. So we have to be appreciative of that, no matter if you're a fan of Errol Spence or not, people. But we should hate Tay Tay. All hell, the queen in the building. Good morning, Tay Tay. I'm off from work, so I figure I'd get one in. Been a busy week for me, and I'm actually getting coffee and donuts going on and playing Call of Duty at the same time. Talking about the truth is the truth, but getting back to what I was saying, and for anybody that come in, I mean, you gotta just respect, Errol Spence, even if you're not a fan of his fighting style or his one-dimensional ass or whatever the case may be. People are saying it. Very effective one-dimensional guy. You see what I'm saying? Very effective one-dimensional guy. But nonetheless, people are coming with these excuses. Now, let's just be honest, people. We all knew that Errol wasn't at his best. We know that. We're not taking nothing away from Crawford's performance. What Crawford did, it was Crawford did. And if any of us was in that same situation, we would have did the same thing that Crawford did. Whip on that motherfucking ass. He did what he was supposed to do. He ain't supposed to take the light on him because well, this guy don't look like he had his best, but that ain't my fault. You see what I'm saying? You get that ring, you got to be ready. And that's just it. But he was saying that, hey, I was getting hit a little more than often because I couldn't see. And he didn't say that's the reason why he lost. He didn't say that was the reason why he got his ass beat. And the man said, yes, I got my ass beat. He said, and I had that ass whipping coming. He said, I had this ass beating coming and I deserve it. But see, y'all Errol Spence haters out there, y'all talking all this nonsense, but y'all not repeating everything that the man said. And I don't understand you boxing fans. Y'all not even repeating everything that the man said. And the man came out and still even said that, Terence Crawford should be fighter of the year. And y'all still hard on Errol Spence. The man that got his ass whipped by the hands of Terence Crawford had to discredit Terence Crawford in no kind of way. But y'all want to say, oh man, all these excuses and everything, and Errol this and Errol that. Now you making excuses. An injury is an injury, man. He didn't say that's why he lost. He didn't say that. Just said, hey, besides Crawford's natural athleticism and everything, I had a problem with seeing the punches coming because I couldn't see it because there was something over my eye. What's wrong with that? And the eye is the fastest healing part of the eye. I'm not going to keep on repeating myself to y'all. Y'all got to stop thinking y'all going to get something when y'all want it. This ain't your relationship. This ain't your wifey. This ain't your man. It's boxing. You're not going to get what you want when the hell you want it. You see what I'm saying? You're just not. No matter if you pay your money or not. When you buy food and order it, do you get your food? Do your food come on time all the time? No, but you still pay for it, right? But that's because I'm hungry. Well, because you want to see the fight too, right? But don't be so hard on this man. And he's very man, don't shy away from none of his shortcomings. K-Rod said, well, this is on me because I was taking it for granted. I wasn't really living the fighter's life. I was taking it for granted. You see what I'm saying? I was living the life of a star. And it caused him, to slip up on his game. And guess what? You live and you learn. I'm pretty sure y'all had to get the licking stick of reality too when you made a mistake or something like that. So I don't know why y'all so hard on the guy. But for me, it's not that deep. And he will return. People worrying about the rematch. Oh, well, I don't want to see the rematch. Oh, now it's going to take too long. Make up your mind. And for everybody who don't want to see the rematch, y'all shouldn't be complaining about how long it's going to take if it's going to be a longer wait, because y'all don't want to see the rematch. So why should that even be bothering y'all? Y'all just talking to hear yourselves talk, and that the fact that y'all hate on Errol Spence. And it is what it is. But it's other truths that's going on in sport of boxing and things that are not true. And another truth is Teofimo Lopez, and I had seen some saying is 140 becoming the new capital to a weight class of clout chasing. I think it is. I think it is. It's simply because we always bring it up 135 guys and in the 140 conversation, and 140 is a hot conversation because it's just so deep and dangerous at 140. So of course. So but now we gotta see what's going on. T.O. T.O.'s cloud chasing. He just trying to get a check because with everything that he did, we could talk about his accolades. T.O. never got paid a good check. He gets paid. I know people that makes more money, in their career than T.O. makes in boxing in a year. Now, I'm just being honest. So of course he's trying to, cash in and cash out on the best way that he can. But thing is with T.O., if he ain't gonna get in there with Devin Haney, which is something I really wanted to see because that's continuous thing of war words going back and forth, and Devin Haney's looking quite the detour, because a lot of guys simply just don't want to fight him. And T.O., I don't think he ever gonna fight Dev, regardless of how he look. People talking about, well, T.O. is a fighter who live up to his opposition, whatever like that. He fights to the level of his opposition. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all going off of that damn 1-0 fight that he had. Because when was the last time y'all seen T.O. look all athletic and everything like he did against Josh Teller? Huh? When was the last time he looked like that? And forget all that. He's scared of Devin Haney. So I don't care how athletic he look and all that. And T.O. fight up to the level of his competition. No, he don't. Because he won't level up and fight Devin Haney. Y'all sitting up here talking about he fights to the level of his competition. He don't even want to fight his level of competition or a little higher. So what are y'all talking about? Truth is truth. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping with that. Now everybody want to get T.O. some slack, but hey, T.O. was the everybody hate Chris of boxing. Make up your minds. Truth is truth, man. I ain't going for it. I ain't sold on it. I don't know who T.O. trying to fight. He just trying to cash out. And whoever he can get the biggest check from with the lowest reward, because like I said, I don't care how he looks against whoever, against Josh Teller, a guy that was at 140 too long and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna call it all out. Gonna call it all out. I ain't gonna leave nothing out. Not leaving anything out of the boxing conversation. But here it is. Y'all talking about, oh, he lives up to the level of his competition. Y'all need to stop that nonsense, man. Seriously. You need to live up and fight some goddamn body. That's what you need to do. You scared to death for Dev. You don't want to fight Dev. We know we ain't gonna see him fight Dev. You see what I'm saying? He's not the only guy that we're not going to see fight Dev. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention no other names, but he's another one, and he's definitely scared of him. I think T.O. is more afraid to fight Dev than some of the other guys. But let's see. But now he comes out, and we know he's definitely cow chasing. Now he comes out and mentioned Bud's Crawford name. Are you serious? T.O. shouldn't be saying nothing about no Terrence Crawford at all. Terrence Crawford would destroy Teofimo Lopez. Would hurt that man bad. He had T.O. retiring and snorting dope as bad as he would whoop on T.O. ass. And T.O. does nothing for Terrence Crawford as far as I'm concerned. And I know some of y'all would like to see it, but T.O. don't do anything for Terrence Crawford. How much credit would Terrence Crawford get for beating up on Teofimo Lopez. Even though, let's just say if Crawford entertained the shit, right? How much credit is Crawford gonna get, or should he rightfully get, for beating up on Teofimo Lopez? I don't want to see that shit, you know. And Crawford rightfully told him, man, you better worry about 140. Stay away from me. You got problems. He talking about some damn Terrence Crawford, and it's about 3 guys down at 140 that he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Matias. He don't want to fight Dev, and he don't want to fight Barbosa. And my man Southern T touched on this. Now Barbosa, when you think about the top guys or the most dangerous guys at 140, his name won't ring bells, immediately like that, far as the most dangerous guys, because he got squabbles, and he could throw them, but he's not a heavy puncher and things like that. But because the lack of punching power, he don't have the skill level of a Devin Haney, and a lot of people favor T.O. to beat Barbosa, but apparently T.O. don't have confidence in that he can beat Barbosa. And what we say all the time, man, styles make fights, right? So with that being said, and we all say that, I don't see why Barbosa throw pose so much of a threat to T.O. But these fighters know styles make fights just as well as we do. They prep themselves and they get ready for their opponents. They got to study them or do something. So maybe it's the style, Maybe when you look at it, yes, of course, T.O. is the better skilled fighter. He got the better overall package and everything. He does everything better than Barbosa. But apparently, there's something about Barbosa that bothers Teofimo Lopez, that he don't want to bother with this guy, to where most of us say this is a guy that's not even on the same level as Teofimo Lopez. Truth is truth. So there's something about Barbosa that we ain't seeing, people, that bothers Teofimo Lopez. And guess what? If that's their energy, I'm not going against their energy, because that's their energy. They're the ones getting in the ring. I think they see things just like we do. They see things like we do, people. But truth is truth. So we already know that, as someone said, 140 is the new 135. Because we know 135, the most talked about weight class, because of a few fighters, and everything. So now one of the fighters moved to 140, and some of these guys that's at 35, at 40, were once at 35, and so forth. But we gonna have to see, man, and we need to find out. Latest and greatest was I teach. The latest and the greatest, truth be told, there are a lot of guys that don't want to fight Matias, and that's truth. Truth is truth. A lot of guys don't want to fight Matias. We already know Devin Haney's probably one of the most avoided fighters of this generation, and probably in boxing. We'll see as the number still accumulate on guys that do not want to be bothered with that young man. But we know that right now at 140 pounds, the two most feared guys is Devin Haney, who just been up there at one fight, and Matias. Matias say he wants all those guys. And then we got this nonsense. Truth is truth. And I've been told you guys that, once the little three amigos go from 35 to 40, that at some point these guys are going to try to put themselves in position so they be fighting with one another. And that should be no secret. That's Rolly, Ryan, and Tia. I've been talking about this amongst, other things that I've been talking about for the past 2 years, that's actually starting to come into play. You guys been following me long enough, no matter if it's on my channel or when I'm on other people's channels, some of these things that I'm talking about, you heard me speak on them. You see what I'm saying? Just like, hey, truth is truth. Where y'all at, y'all tank haters? Where's the tank haters, Isaac Cruz, nut huggers at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all motherfuckers ain't said shit. Y'all kept on talking about, oh, Tank ain't fighting nobody. Tank gonna be fighting Cruz. I must talk about this. Truth is truth. And I was telling y'all, but y'all ain't want to listen to me. You ain't want to listen to me. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Or because you might not like the way you might not feel the way I do my content. But I drop facts just like anybody else, you know. May not be that popular name, but I have said it. So now, y'all silent on that. Where y'all at? I wish I would have bet a whole bunch of y'all push-ups. Because y'all would have looked like a goddamn military platoon doing PT. Because all y'all was saying is, oh, Tank gonna fight Cruz. Tank gonna fight Cruz. Y'all wanted Tank to fight Cruz. Because I think a lot of y'all really thought that Cruz would actually beat Tank. That's what y'all thought. And y'all still think that. Yeah, that's what y'all thought. That's what y'all thought. You know what I mean? Teach. That's what they thought. So now they silent, Teach. I can't find them nowhere. They ain't nowhere to be found. So I thought Tank Davis was fighting Isaac Cruz. We still don't know who he fighting next, but we already know the most logical fight. And there's really only 2 fights for Tank Davis at 135 pounds. Truth is truth. Depending on how long Tank wants to fight, Tank gonna do the 2 most logical big fights at 135, and then the remainder of his fights would be at a catch weight, right outside, right between the weight class of 35 and 40. That's what I think. I think that that might take place. Depending on, how things is moving along with Tank Davis. But truth is truth. The 2 fights for Tank Davis is no other than Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. Anyone else at 135, we don't necessarily need to see that. Him fight any of these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all say Tank. Y'all get on Tank because y'all say Tank don't fight black fighters. And I'm like, well, what black fighters are fighting black fighters? Especially the top ones. Dev ain't fighting black fighters. What are y'all talking about? I'm just making a point. Nor is Shakur. You see what I'm saying? Regis wasn't a Latino, but he was flat-footed. Bad footwork. It's all black American fighters don't have good footwork. Let's stop the nonsense. None of those guys, and I've been saying, none of those guys are fighting enough black guys, black American fighters. T said Tank 3 to 6 in WBA, Frank Martin, De Los Santos, Floyd Schofield, and Rayo. I meant to say rank 3. I know what you meant, Teach. I got you, bro. Yeah, but of course, everybody already talking about, they don't want to see no damn Tank and El Rayo, and I can agree with that, and I like El Rayo. But El Rayo don't deserve no no freaking Tank fight. Tank could kill El Rayo. El Rayo got more to do before he can even think about getting in there with Tank. You see what I'm saying? And that wouldn't be good for Tank resume. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be good. A lot of people's hard on Tank in his resume. Uh, and I think, everybody got their own opinion, but like I said, he don't have none of those names that we wanted him to have. No, he don't have none of them. It's his career. He got every right to make those decisions, who he's going to fight, you know what I'm saying, how his career go. We don't. We're fans. Just enjoy the sport. It ain't for us to dig so deep into how that fighter chooses to do his career. If you're not a fan of him being a superstar, then don't watch him. Don't watch him. Don't watch him. But y'all watch him anyway so y'all can have a reason to talk about him. I'm not criticizing the motherfucker I don't watch. I'm not criticizing the motherfucker that I'm not entertained by. It don't make sense. Truth is truth. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I just said. Why criticize a motherfucker that you ain't entertained by? That's just how I feel. Yeah, but only two of them out the four is really logical, and that's Shakur and Frank Martin. El Rayo, no. I mean, I can't say if there's anybody else outside besides them that deserves a fight with Tank at 135. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because everybody else just, nah, because, 135 is only a few guys in there that you could say that's like the old school guys of the division, because most of those guys are younger guys. We got more prospects at 135 than we have contenders. You know what I'm saying? Because Schofield knows none of them dudes out of Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson deserves a fight with Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? None of them. None of them. Let's just be honest. None of them. None of them. No, none of them do. Because there's more so a lot of prospects there. And I think Tank is better than what people say about him. Not far as his boxing. But I don't care what nobody say about his boxing. That's just their damn opinion. That man, he could box his ass off just as well as he could fucking punch. You see what I'm saying? Just the total package. You just don't have reach and height. You see what I'm saying? That's it. But everything else about the kid is good. Got good footwork, good hand speed, good ring generalship, boxing IQ. He has all those things. So outside of that, outside of Martin and Shakur, nothing else don't make sense. Everybody else is just too damn green for him. Schofield, Tito, Tito Mercado, Andy Cruz, Coleslaw, Davis. I want to see him get his ass whipped anyway. He got to prove something to me. Coleslaw, Davis got to prove something to me. And if he beat Pedraza, they ain't enough. They ain't enough. They ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? He said He is set up to win. You see what I'm saying? He is set up to win that fight. He's set up to win that fight. Truth is truth. You know what I mean? We know Pedraza's best days is behind him. I'm tired of putting these young guys, up and coming or fresh guys with no mileage on them, in there with guys with a name that got mileage and wear and tear on them, and these best days is behind. Boxing is making me sick with that. And a lot of y'all ain't true boxing fans. Where's y'all integrity for the sport? Because y'all like and support that nonsense. Y'all like and support that nonsense, man. And I'm like, what are you? What? Are you serious? So, you know, we know all sports are rigged. And with that being said, now I'm not saying that all these big winning losses in boxing are rigged. I'm not saying none of that, people. I wouldn't dare do that. Do I feel like some matches are rigged? Yeah, but far as like, I wouldn't say that, like the big guys, the big dogs, the most talented guys in the sport, they don't need their shit to be rigged. You know what I'm saying? Your Buds, your Errols, you know what I mean? Your Tanks and your Devons, the upper echelon guys, they don't need their shit to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? But all in betweens, of course. You know what I'm saying? They're not so big or trying to get big. Keyshawn Davis. You know what I mean? None of these guys are fighting none of these fucking peers. I'm like, how good this guy is. And then my whole thing with the prospects, I thought about this, y'all. Far as with the prospect of the year, I think it was dope. I really was entertained by everyone who did prospect of the year list. Even all the sanctioning bodies and the platforms, they all did they fighter of the year, prospect of the year, knockout of the year, all that. But my thing about the prospect, we shouldn't do prospect of the year, right? If those prospects haven't been in there with one another. I'm gonna say that again. We can't do this prospect of the year shit and all that when the top prospects and the most talked about prospects haven't even been in the ring with one another. So how we gonna say that based off of what they did against guys that's, come on. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I just thought about that. I'm like, well, how are we gonna say who prospect of the year and we ain't see Abdullah fight Abdullah didn't fight motherfucking Andy Cruz. Or Keyshawn didn't fight shoot like all type of shit. And some of these and definitely prospects that's in the same weight class. Like 135 is loaded. We know 135 is the weight class with all the prospects, all the most talked about prospects. You know what I'm saying? The most talked about prospects is at 135. 135 is the capital division for the top and best overall skill prospects in the sport of boxing in any weight class. You find me another weight class, right? And you can say that it's loaded with top prospects like that. Let me know. But, I could be off a little bit, but I doubt it. And that's why they shouldn't do the prospect of the year, because when the last time we seen these prospects get in there with one another? You know, the talked about ones. What, Ryo and Colbert? Are they considered young contenders? Tender contenders, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, it ain't too much for my man Tank to do outside of those couple fights. And like I said, I think probably after that, you know, to cash out the way that he want to, he's probably gonna have to do a couple catch weight joints, you know. But I don't know. But truth is truth. Waiting for the truth to come out would better be about him testing positive, you know, for pets. Like I said on Knockout, you know, it's a sad thing if that's the case. You know what I mean? Dangerous sport. Do it from the mud, baby. Do it from the mud. Show us what you really built like. Do it from the mud. Don't be doing no extracurricular stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing, man. You know? But it's a lot of boxing that should be taking place this year. Just waiting to see what the rest of the well, we gotta play by ear because we don't have anybody hasn't put the first quarter of the year schedule together, and we don't know what's going on as far as everything else, because we know Showtime no longer doing sports anymore, and PBC is moving on to Prime. So it's a lot to look. It's a lot to look for, and I'm looking forward to see what pans out. But for the most part, man, hey man, Terrence Crawford fans, Errol Spence ain't making no excuse or trying to discredit nothing that Crawford did in his great performance. You know what I mean? I was on the losing end of that, and I ain't no hater. Crawford with my man ass. Now paid money out. You know, so let's not take Errol words and twist them up. You heard everything that the man said. And like I said, he's probably one of the realest guys in his generation of fighters, because it really takes a man to tell the world, yeah, I got my ass beat and I deserved it. I had a couple of things going on, but this situation don't take away from that I got my ass whipped. It don't take away from what he did to me. You know, it just had a problem with my vision. You know, and I still think that Terrence Crawford is going to beat Errol Spence in the rematch, because the whole thing is whoever wins this is one guy out of these two guys who I think won't lose to nobody but each other. That winner will win again, because he would just be naturally better. And Terrence Crawford is the better boxer. He's a bad dude. But before I get up on out of here, truth be truth, the level of fighter that he is, we haven't seen him face anybody that's on the same level and at their very best. I appreciate those who came through this morning for this morning coffee, donuts, and grown-ups. George Truly, the greatest man alive. The greatest man alive, Crest the legend. Man, listen, about to get up on out of here. Shout out to the boxing community. Shout out to TWT. Shout out to everybody in the world. Hey, man, it's Friday. Y'all have a blessed weekend. It's fight weekend. Let's see if this fight weekend is much better than the last one. A lot of people really was not happy with the overall uh fights that just recently took place past couple weekends. So hit the like button, dislike button, share it out. Tell the homies you didn't show up. They missed the nice little bake or whatever. And they can always check out the playback, Check out the playback. I'm always on playback when I can't catch people live. But listen, y'all have a blessed one. And once again, appreciate y'all coming through. Keep on rocking with the kid. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.